Gradle is the state-of-the-art framework for building applications and managing projects' dependencies, like third-party libraries. Originally, Gradle is written in Java and Groovy, but Gradle uses a domain-specific language, DSL, based on Groovy. In other words, you can write Groovy to configure Gradle builds. Groovy is based on Java platform, and by having a programming language like Groovy to write a build script, you are primarily can do anything in comparison to declarative XML. So, unlike Maven and Ant, no more XML to configure the build. Gradle build scripts are readable, understandable, and therefore very maintainable. Now let's talk about the key features of Gradle. One of the key features of Gradle is Gradle support for Ant and Maven. Gradle support Ant tasks and Maven repositories. For example, if you have a legacy project that use Ant build, you still can import the Ant build and reuse the existing Ant tasks. Moreover, Gradle supports dependencies, and it supports both Ivy and Maven dependencies. This is indeed a great feature, so don't worry. Whatever dependencies you are using with Ivy or Maven, it is supported with Gradle. Gradle performance is one of the main features that increase the adoption of Gradle. Gradle use task output caching. Gradle can skip the task execution locally and load the task's output from the build cache if the task has already been executed on another machine. The common use case is to let the continuous integration builds push to a shared build cache and allow programmers to pull from it. A local build cache is also available to reuse tasks' output produced earlier on the same machine. Moreover, Gradle use incremental build, which means that the Gradle task only executed if needed. Let's say we have a compiled task which we want to run after a code change. The Gradle compile task will evaluate if the source code has changed since the last time it ran. If it has changed, it will run the task. However, if no source change, it will escape the task. Another powerful attribute in Gradle is the parallel execution. Gradle allows parallel execution of tasks and intra-task work using Worker API, which in turn resulting in faster performance. Also, Gradle can download dependencies in parallel. Another known feature for Gradle is the support of multi-project builds. So if you have an application that depends on other projects to build, Gradle can efficiently resolve these dependencies. Also, it's important to know that Gradle supports building projects written in other programming languages besides Java like C++. Another great feature of Gradle is the Gradle wrapper, which allows you to execute Gradle builds on machines where Gradle is not installed. This is useful for CI servers. And the Gradle wrapper helps in avoiding the hassle of running Gradle with different versions on different machines.